Hey folks, MACT here. Let me get myself straightened out here. Holy cow, I'm trying a different position to see what will work and what won't. And we're back here, MACT Live, and as the title says, how old are your new parts? Well, I'm going to see how many people join up here. We get going, get a 2 or 3. Seems like the morning's a little busy. Lots of people going through and talking and everything else. So we'll get things gathered up here and just see what we can get here. Get myself situated in the comments and get everything going. I see you got a few already joining up, and I just want to say hi to everybody on this great morning. I had plenty of things planned this morning, but as with all deals, life gets going and then you got to keep moving. So I'd planned a very ambitious day, and it turns out that not all my plans coincide with a certain girl's birthday party. So I had to back off of my stuff to make sure somebody that's 9 years old has a great birthday today. So everybody's running around getting that done, so I figure I might as well make lemonade out of the quote-unquote lemons that I got to deal with here today. Not that her party's a lemon, but you know, I'm sort of stuck. Not enough time to go to the garage because I was going to Rock Island to get some stuff worked on and get my struts assembled, and there just isn't enough time because by the time I drove there, got it done, I'd probably mess around, burn up my time, and then I'd be in a world of hurt because I'd be late for the birthday party. So I figure I got about 45 minutes here or so that I can get on here and do something. So I thought I'd talk about what's going on. And man, I was quoting all of the soap operas that are on TV that I have never watched. I don't know what that says about his life, but I don't watch that stuff. But anyway, I'm on here, and I buy a lot of parts, and I got parts behind me. I got my own personal parts bin from Ford, so I rarely, something happens, I probably got the part for it. Most common parts anyway. And I did get, hold on a second here. Well, I ain't gonna get it. I got the Molly, liquid Molly. I'll make a video on that. But I do have the liquid Molly, and I'm gonna do the test because I do have the Blackstone. Yes, have that, and going to mail that sample out. Now, some of the things about Blackstone is the U.S. Postal Service apparently don't like these containers. I mailed my sample off for my used oil sample the 19th of October, and it just arrived yesterday at the Blackstone Labs. Yeah, 3 weeks. And I had to do a trace in order to get the United States Postal Service to get off their behinds and actually look for it and get it sent to the lab up in north of Indianapolis, because it was in a vicious black hole in Indianapolis, Indiana. It just wasn't going anywhere. So I got that all done and got that, and they suggested that if you really want to, you can peel this plastic label off and put it on a box and mail it in a box. It'd probably ship better, but there is a problem with the size, I think, that causes the Postal Service some heartache, because it's not a normal size for them. It's a pretty small package and causes some problems. So but the sample is in. I should have it this week for that motor oil cocktail that I was running through Blueberry, and we'll see what the results of that is. And I need to get off my lead-weighted, rear end and get these Excel sheets updated for the MACT Garage website, so you guys can see what these used samples are doing, and also what the new sampling is to keep that updated. So there's some things I have to do, and it can be daunting because I have a lot of stuff to do, and I do have what they call a day job. So I have to make sure I serve the boss well for that, and make sure I pay attention to what actually pays the bills, because this don't. So we gotta have our priorities, right? So anyway, this being a Saturday that it is, and I'm just sitting here talking to you folks, I do want to cover a few things. And like I said, how old are your new parts? Now, you know, I bought these parts through Tasca Auto Parts. Now, the whole thing about these parts that I bought was, I mentioned before, Tasca says, okay, yeah, order all this stuff. And then Tasca came up, and after I ordered it, informed me they didn't have the parts, that they'd have to back order them. You know, you go to Amazon, you go to a lot of other places, you go to Rock Auto, and they tell you, no, we don't have any. Now, Tasca don't tell you that until after you paid. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. So Tasca needs to change their situation on that and let the consumer know that, hey, we don't have the part, because it took 2 weeks for me to get this stuff. And then on top of it, I looked at the Ford Motorcraft and everything else. These parts are the in this case, what is it? It is, I can't even read it. I ain't got my glasses on. It is the boot for the front struts, and then it is the, what is it? The bearing, which is nothing more than the stopper, you know, the rubber stopper. And then we have, what is it? The seat spring, okay? Got the seat springs here, as you can see, for the front struts. Now, I ordered all these parts, and, you know, I was happy to get them. But then I started checking them out, and you guys saw me post this on the Facebook group. I post pictures that they showed up and everything. And I thought this would be a good time, since I was noticing something, that, hey, what's going on with this? In the case of these boots, they were packed, I think it is the 16th of June of 2017. That's right, folks. I'm not kidding you. Right there. 16th of June, 2017. So these parts here are virtually, what, a year and 6 or 7 months old? A year and a half old. Sitting in a warehouse someplace waiting for somebody to buy them. That's it. And so, you know, are these new parts, or these, you know, what was the storage condition? You know, was it temperature controlled? The packaging looks like it's in great shape. I mean, you know, it doesn't look abused, so I'm going to say they're probably good. But, you know, rubber and plastic, as it ages, it gets more brittle. So, you know, heat and everything else go in line with that. So what I'm looking at here is, would I be more happy with something that was made less than 6 months ago? Yeah, a year and a half, you know, that's a long time for a part to be sitting around and not being used. In this case, we have the bearing, and this one was packed the 13th of November, 2017. So that means that this part, virtually almost to the date now, is 1 year old and has been sitting around someplace. Now, the next thing I looked at was the spring seat. And the spring seat I looked at, and this date on it was the 19th of April of 2017. So this one here is old due. April of 2017. Well over a year and a half old. A year and 7 or 8 months old. 1 year and 7 or 8 months. So, and these are rubber pieces, folks. So, you know, how long have these been sitting around getting hard from no use or anything else? Now, the package is in good shape. There's nothing wrong with the packaging on them. But, again, a year and, you know, 7, 8 months old, whatever it comes out to, that's a pretty old rubber piece that you're getting. And again, would I be happier with something that's less than 6 months? Absolutely. But, you know, pay attention to the manufacturer date of your parts. It's like anything else, you know, you want to get the freshest part you can. And this tells me that these parts here, they're all labeled A. So is there a B or a C? Because the letter A is the first version of this part. If you look at it, if it has an A on there at the end, that's the first version. So is there another version of this part? In this case, I think they're all A's. Yeah, this one's an A also. Yeah, this one's also an A. And so we got the boots. In this case, the boot is a B. And since the boot is a B, that tells us that is the second generation of that boot. So with that going, you know, how old is there? Are there a B for the other parts? I'm not going to check. I'm going to assume there probably is. But if there isn't, then okay, I'm good to go. But the way they change the parts, you never know. So when you do a part selection, look for the newest part in the A, B, C range. And also, when you get the parts, look how old they are. I'm going to use these mostly because they're really not significant to the performance of the struts. Now, if I got a strut that was built 2 years ago, I'd probably say, let's send that one back. You know, 2 years. There's a lot of manufacturing changes. That's 2 years of it sitting there. That's 2 years of dry seals. That's 2 years of a lot of stuff that can go wrong in a strut. But these are just basic cover components that really will not play a big deal in the end game of what I'm doing with my struts. So I'm not too terribly concerned about it. But that is the age of the parts that I received. Just like anything else, I'm going to be doing a dated oil series. Yes, that will be coming up. It's more involved and more research than I originally planned, so it's taken me longer to put it together. There's going to be a lot of effort put forth in it, a lot of photographs, a lot of research, and I will explain oil date codes from various manufacturers, where to find them, and how to determine whether or not you're getting the freshest oil. And I will also cover in that video who's selling what oil and how long has it been on the shelf. Okay, you can pretty much determine by the date code whether or not that product is moving off the shelf very much. And again, you know, I have deducted who doesn't sell much oil. And you'll have to wait for the video, but I will tell you it was pretty consistent across the board who's having a hard time selling what oil. And it will amaze you on how fast oil products are flying off the shelf at certain stores. So I will tell you though, you know, marketing. That's my clue. Marketing. Anyway, as far as the oils go, we do that. The liquid moly sample will be set out. Hopefully today I'll get that bundled up in the package here and sent out, and then I'll have that liquid moly testing done before I use it. I haven't decided which vehicle I'm going to use it in because I got two of them running a race to an oil change. So one's going to get the you know, good oil, and one's going to end up getting the liquid moly. I'm not going to say it's bad, but I'm not impressed with the liquid moly at this point, just in my initial research. So we'll see where it compares at and everything else once I get the sampling done, and we'll go from there. I probably will do another motor oil cocktail because all these oils gather up because I don't have enough. I have more than I need, but not enough for 2 oil changes because I buy the 5-quart containers, so you always have 4 quarts, so you end up rotating stuff through. So I got enough to do, you know, multiple oil changes of cocktails again. So I'll cycle through those, and then we'll go ahead and start doing other brand oils because I'm not going to waste the oil, and I spent good money on it. I'm not going to throw it away. So sometimes the cocktails have to happen. I might just experiment here and just dump anything I find on the shelf. 30 weight from Dollar General all the way up to Red Line. What do you think? Would that be a good cocktail? I would not do that to my car. If you use Dollar General oil, then go away. We don't need you. All you're doing is killing your car. That stuff's nasty. Never seen an oil so nasty as Dollar General oil. That's just, I don't know. Who in their right mind would use that stuff? I guess there's people that do, but my gosh, they wouldn't put it on the shelf if people weren't buying it. Think about that. they wouldn't put it on the shelf if people were buying it. So anyway, that's the whole deal for my parts scheme there. Just check the date of your parts, see how old they are. I'd be interested, because I have a feeling the supply chain does not move certain parts very fast, and suspension components apparently are not a fast mover, because these parts I bought are not generally parts that are replaced. Okay, most people will reuse the parts that I showed you in the new strut setup. Why? Because generally they don't wear out per se, but it doesn't hurt to have the new components. Sometimes they get old, they get torn, damaged, you know, whatever happens to them, then you need new parts. But in most cases, these parts are rarely used, so that would account for the age that you're seeing on those. So that's pretty much what you're going to be seeing on those. Let's see. What do we got here? Just a lot of folks, you know, coming on and joining and watching here. I didn't want to make this a real long ordeal today. Like I said, got birthday party and everything else I got to catch up to. So I thought I'd just do this little bit on the parts and let you all know about that. Remember, MACTgarage.com. Yes, the website that has everything Ford Edge you would need, all the way from parts links, how-tos, scans, oil analysis, social page, t-shirts, stickers. Everything is on MACTgarage.com. Go there and check it out. You know, put up there and go to the website and do what you got to do. Buy those stickers, buy those t-shirts, sir, so that, you know, I can get the word out and we can get this group growing even better. And the t-shirts, you can buy more than t-shirts. It's cold out, folks. They will make you a hoodie MACT Ford Edge Garage t-shirt, okay? If you want a hoodie, they'll do it. Sweatshirts, whatever it is, sweatpants, coats, you just pick the apparel. They'll put the logo on it for you. So go ahead and do that. And the MACT stickers, I will ship worldwide, but I do need an address, okay? And I do take PayPal, and it takes most credit cards. If you have a pay problem, maybe you can find some other way to work it out. I know some countries have a problem, but for the most part, I rarely run into that. So go ahead, buy those stickers, folks. Help me out. I got a big stack of them here yet, and just want to get those sold here. And also MACT Garage Facebook. Join over there. If you got something other than a Ford Edge and you want to talk about it, go to the garage, MACT Garage on Facebook, and that is open to all vehicles. It doesn't matter what it is. And also this group here, join up, subscribe. We're over 3,200 members. We are the best group in the Ford Edge area on Facebook, and will soon be the largest one this coming year. Based on our rate of growth, we will pass all other groups and be the largest Ford Edge Facebook group on Facebook. So that is something to look forward to this coming year. It's going to happen. And our momentum is growing greatly with over 50 new members in 6 days. So just count that up and see how fast we're growing. That being said, MACT Ford Edge on YouTube. Subscribe, folks. Watch the videos. Click on an ad once in a while. Help me get paid for what I do for my hard work. And if you do want to, there's a donate button right up there at the top. You click that, $1, $2, whatever. Everything helps pay for everything I'm doing here as far as oil analysis, camera equipment, everything I'm doing. That's what this money goes towards, because I'm not making a living off of this stuff. So just help me out if you feel the desire and feel that what I do is valuable. That being said, everything else going good. The Band of One, of course, is going to play some great music at the end of this. We also have Mercy Girl doing a few one-liners, and my feet hit the floor today, and I'm having a great day, and I want you to have a great day too. So there might be even a little bit of follow-on footage after this of something crazy that I'm doing over at the garage.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos. Remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Girl production.